Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are doing this makeup tutorial right here, which I'm super stoked about. It turned out so pretty and I absolutely love it. This is perfect for a prom look, which I know I'm a little bit late on prom, but you can also use this for an evening night out if you're going to an event. I am most likely going to wear this to my grandmother's birthday party, which we're having a huge birthday party for her in the month of May, and I'm super excited about it. And I think I'm going to wear this look for it because I think it's really pretty. It's like a classic glam, and then when you add that glitter on top, it just looks so gorgeous. I love it, and I love the red lip. You can use all different color lips for this because we kept it neutral on the eyes. And what's great about it is that it's super easy to recreate, which I absolutely love. But before we get into this video, make sure to click that subscribe button if you want to stick around. Also, make sure to hit the bell and comment down below #NotificationSquad if you want a future shout out. Our shout out today goes to Nicole. Thank you so much for having that notification bell turned on. You rock, and I love the little unicorn that you left there too. Super cute. But yeah, now let's go ahead and get on into this makeup tutorial. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna start off by moisturizing my lips with the Camila Lip Balm from Tatcha. I really love this stuff, you guys. It's so moisturizing. Oh, it's amazing. All right, so next up is we have to create the base for the face. So we want this makeup to last all evening long, throughout dancing, throughout all the fun stuff, and not even having to worry about touching up later on. So it's really important to have a good mix of primers. So you guys are gonna think this is a little like crazy with how many primers I use, but I use a ton. So first off, I want to start off with the NYX HYDRATING primer. This is one of my favorite primers because it's super hydrating. So if my face is feeling a little bit dry, I love to just take some of this and then just rub it all over my face to really hydrate it and prep it for makeup. All right, so next up, I wanna have a little bit of a glow because I'm gonna be using a very matte full coverage foundation. So I'm gonna go in with the Lorac Light Source 3-in-1. This is their illuminating primer. They have two shades. I'm using the light color one, which is called Dawn. So this is really just going to illuminate the skin and just look really healthy and glowy. So I'm just gonna press that, and I'm mainly gonna focus this like on my cheekbones, up here on my forehead, a little bit in this area. So I just kind of layer primers because yeah, they all do different things, so. All right, so next up we need to conceal some pores. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Dr. Brandt Pores No More. This is the multi-performance stick, and I'm just going to place this where I have big pores. So I'm mainly just placing it right here because this is where my problem areas are, and I just take a brush and I just like kind of press it into the skin. And as you can see, it has a little bit of a tint, but once you start working it into the skin, it totally just vanishes. I really love this stuff. All right, so the last primer that we're gonna be using right here, well, not the last primer because we still got our eyeshadow primer, but the last primer that I'm gonna be using for my face is the Makeup Forever Mattifying Base Primer. I love this stuff. If you are oily, definitely get your hands on this. It's gonna last you a long time because you only need a little bit, and you just wanna press it into those areas where you get oily. So I get oily on my nose, right here, like by my inner part of my cheeks, and then I also get a little bit oily on my forehead, so I'm just gonna press it in. I don't want to move it around. I just want to press. All right, so next up for foundation. So this is when you really want to use your go-to favorite foundation that you know is going to last all night long. The one that I really love is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Foundation. This is amazing. It keeps my skin matte like all day long. I rarely get oily with this. And then it also has such great coverage that it covers up any acne scars that I have. And it just looks beautiful on the skin, but doesn't feel heavy, which I really, really like. Because I don't like full coverage foundations because they feel so heavy on my skin. But this one I can handle because it doesn't feel like that. So I definitely recommend checking this one out, you guys. And plus, I don't break out from it either, which is amazing. But the shade I am is 3.5. I just put some on my palette right there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a sponge and I'm gonna press this all over the skin. I'm gonna try this sponge out from Pure Cosmetics. It's really cool. It looks just like a beauty blender. Like this is a beauty blender right here, but it has a flat side, which is really good for baking and getting into those fine line areas. I do have to say though, it's pretty thick and kind of hard to squish compared to this one. This one's a little bit more cushiony. That's why I don't know how I'm gonna like this. So we're gonna test this out in this video to see how this works. It's definitely a little bit more firm. So when you're hitting your skin, you're like, I'm punching myself. All right, so my opinion on this Pure Cosmetics little beauty blender thingy, I love the color, I love the shape of it, but I don't like it. It's way too firm and it doesn't really give you that airbrush finish. I feel like it just really soaks up a lot of the product and I'm not a fan of it. So yeah, that's a no-go. I'm gonna stick with this guy. All right, so I have you guys zoomed in now and I already did my brows. All right, so now we need an eyeshadow base that's gonna keep our eyeshadow on all day long or all night long. This is the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base right here. I'm just going to place this on top of my lids. All right, so for this makeup look, we're gonna keep everything very simple and just easy to do. We're gonna mainly focus on the eyeliner and the lips in this look, because I want it to be like a classic glam look that anyone can achieve, and it's super easy and quick, and it also looks really pretty on the face. So we're gonna go into a drugstore palette today, and this is the Makeup Revolution one. This is the Iconic Pro 1 Salvation palette. So what I really love is that it actually has like a legit brush in here. It's not like those stupid little sponge applicators. So you have a good crease brush and then you have a really good like flat brush. And then this is what the eyeshadows look like right here. Really, really pretty, perfect for every day and perfect for like kind of amplifying a look for a night look. So I'm gonna grab a flat shader brush and I'm gonna go into this matte cream shade to set that eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna place this all over the lid and up to the brow bone. All right, so next up we're gonna go ahead and take this shade right here. This is a matte brown, and I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to apply this on the outer part of the eye and then work it on its way in. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna deepen up the crease just a little bit more, and we're gonna go into this darker matte brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna take a little bit more of a defined brush to get a little bit more control. And we're just gonna mainly focus this on the outer corner and not bring it in. I like it when I leave the weight of the shadows on the outer part because it helps bring my eyes out and make them look a little bit more almond shaped rather than like super round. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and I'm just going to blend out the edges. All right, so now that we have that color placed there, I'm gonna take the black matte eyeshadow, and I know it's always scary grabbing a matte black eyeshadow because you're like, is this gonna be super dark? I've always been really scared to do this, but I've been doing it lately just in the outer corner, and it really just takes a look to the next level. So love this. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna place this on the outer portion of the eye, kind of where we just put that kind of darker matte brown, but I'm gonna make this one a little bit like kind of smaller so it's kind of like a gradient effect and it just adds some more depth to it. All right, so now that we have the color on the outer portion, I'm just gonna clean up the center of the eye. So I'm gonna go back into that same cream matte shade that we used to set the lid, and I'm just going to pack that on in the inner corner. Okay, so next up we are going to go to the eyeliner now, and this is like the focus point. So we're gonna do a really good kind of thick black wing, and then I'm thinking I might even add some glitter to it too, because I think it'll really glam up this look and be kind of special, because I feel like glitter is really fun to wear, especially for prom, but wearing it in such a subtle way doesn't make it like, boom, she's got a ton of glitter on her face. No, it looks really just kind of classic, simple, but glam. So the way that I do my wing liner is I just line up the pen, the felt tip pen, to the angle where my eyebrow is going to end, and I just bring it up and I just bring it straight down, and then I bring it to the lid of my eye and I kind of stop it to where my pupil meets the middle of the eye, and then do a fine little line on the inner corner. And I just do this to map it out, and then I go in with the Inglot gel liner and I fill it in because that's like really, really black, and I love how creamy it is, especially using the Duraline with it. So this is how I usually am doing my wing every single day. All right, so there is my wing, and then now what I do, just to clean it up a bit, is I go in with my Glow Minerals Camouflage Concealer. This is my favorite pot concealer because it's so creamy, you guys, that it just is amazing. So I just take a concealer brush, this is my SL Miss Glam one, and I just clean up that wing, and it also cleans up any excess eyeshadow that is right there. And boom, there is your wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and I'll be right back. All right, so my eyelashes and my liner is done, and I really like these lashes. These are from Eylure, so you can get them at Ulta. They're very affordable. I think they're called Dimension, but they're the white and orange box. I will have them linked down below if you guys wanna see what the box looks like. So if you're in Ulta, you can pick them up. And I really like them because they're a little bit thicker, but they're short, so they're not like super crazy dramatic, but they still look like you've got something on those lashes. So I really like that, but now we're gonna go ahead and go into concealer. And I'm gonna use my Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Wear Concealer right here. So I've been using this one over my Tarte Shape Tape. I love Shape Tape still. I just like this one because it's very lightweight and doesn't feel as heavy, and it's waterproof. So if you're dancing and you're gonna be sweating, this is gonna save you. So I'm just gonna place this in a triangle motion underneath my eyes and a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow and my chin, just to highlight those portions of the face. Then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my Beauty Blender. All right, so now that is all done, I'm gonna go and take this Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. And I've been saying everyone rave about this, so I went and picked it up, and it's really cool. I like this part of it, which is really neat. So that way it's not gonna spill all around when it's closed and if you're traveling with it. So I just kind of pour a little bit into the lid, and I'm just gonna take my Kat Von D brush and I'm just going to set wherever I did my concealer. So underneath the eyes. All right, so my face is set. I really like this powder. I think it's really good. I definitely recommend it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Laura Mercier and Givenchy powder that I love, but mixed together. All right, so we're kind of doing some first impressions in here, but I picked up this new Marc Jacobs bronzer in Omega Bronze. And this is what it looks like right here. Really nice, you guys, like super nice. I was gonna use my Hourglass one because I really love this one. This is called Diffuse Bronze Light. It looks like this. It's got the perfect cool tone brown to it. That is amazing for fair skin when you wanna bronze up the face and add a little bit of contour to it. But I'm gonna try this one out first and see how I like this one because it's like a first impressions video almost. And look at how huge this mirror is. It's like crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that same brush, I'm gonna swirl it around. Oh my God. Knock off that excess. And then I'm just going to bronze up the face. I use the other side of this brush to blend out because it's got no excess product. I actually really like this. I love the color of it. It looks really pretty on the skin. I think it's awesome, but it is massive. It is so massive, but I like that it's thin. So it's not gonna take up like too much space, you know? All right, so for blush, we're gonna stick with Makeup Revolution right here. I was gonna take their bronzer palette and use their bronzer palette, but I really wanna try out that Marc Jacobs one. But this one's called Hot Spice right here. It's really pretty. For the color that I'm gonna use today, all right, so I think I'm gonna go into this one right here. It's kind of a nice light rose shade. And I'm just gonna take my Luxie 836 brush. Love these brushes, you guys. But these, oh, they're just awesome. So I'm just gonna take this, tap up the excess, and then I'm gonna slowly add it to my cheeks. All right, so we're just kind of sticking with Makeup Revolution because I'm actually kind of impressed with their products. This is their highlighting palette. This is the highlighter palette Beyond Radiance right here. So we've got kind of a icy white, a little bit of a pinky ice color, and then a little bit more of a golden champagne. So we're gonna go into that golden champagne because I think that's gonna look the prettiest. So I'm just gonna go and place this on top of the cheekbones, and I'm just gonna blend it upwards. I'm using my Sigma Powder Sweep. This is my favorite brush for highlight, you guys, because it's a little bit more dense and it just really puts on highlight really pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. It's nice and subtle. If you guys want a more of like a wham bam highlight, then I would probably suggest something else because this isn't like super pigmented. I kind of want to amplify it up a little bit more. So I'm gonna go into my Lorac Light Source highlight, and this is in Starlight. This is my favorite one by them. And you guys, this stuff is stunning. See, look at that now. That's how you amplify what that highlight is. All right, so now that we have that face done, we're gonna go ahead and finish up the eyes real quick. And we're gonna take a pencil brush into that same matte brown eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna focus this on this bottom lash line. Now I'm gonna take a flat definer brush right here, and I'm gonna go into that darker brown shade that we use, and I'm gonna focus this one on the outer corner, but a little bit closer to that lash line. And now going back into that same pencil brush before and just blending everything out. Next up, I'm gonna add some mascara to my bottom lashes. I'm gonna use that Tarte Lights Camera Lashes one right here. All right, so next up we're gonna start adding this glitter, and I hope this works. I hope it doesn't make it look like crap. We'll see. So this is the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. It's a really gorgeous gold liner. I'm going to take this and I'm gonna apply it just above the top of my wing liner just to really amplify the look. Dude, you guys, I really like the way that looks. Oh my gosh, it's something new for me. I've never done this look before, so I really like the way that this just amplified the look. Oh my God, I love this. All right, so now we are on to the lip. I'm gonna do a red lip because this is a classic Glam lip, but you could do anything you want with this eye. This is why we kept that eyeshadow neutral tones, because say if you don't like red lips and you're a little bit scared to wear a red lipstick, you could go nude, you can go a brown shade, kind of like a 90s brown shade, you can go a hot pink, you can go coral, you can do any color that you want. You can go blue, you can go purple. So that's what's really awesome, is that you can always change up the lip color. So I think since we're gonna go classic Glam, we're gonna go with the Kat Von D one. So I'm gonna go in and line my lips with the Makeup Forever liner in, what shade are you in? N40. I really wish they had just regular names. Just saying. So now we're gonna go into Santa Sangre. Sangre? I don't even know. All right, so this is the lip color on. It's super pretty. Very just classic Glam look. Oh my gosh, I love it, yay! All right, so here is the completed makeup look. I love the way that this look turned out. I love the glitter on top of the liner. I love the classic red lip. As you guys saw, this is really easy to do. Also, the red lip is really fun. If you don't like red lips, you can always use a bright pink lip, a purple lip, a nude lip, a 90s brown lip. So you can do so many different colors with this look. So it's very versatile. So I really like it, and I think it turned out good. And it's great for an evening night out. Like if you have an event and you wanna look very glam, but very sophisticated with it, this would be perfect for that. If you guys enjoyed this makeup look, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I really want to start stepping out of the box and trying new stuff, and I really like the way that this one turned out. So leave me comments down below what you guys want to see and what palettes you want to see it done with. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!